Alright everybody, my name is Jay Tracer. Welcome back to Take the Series Episode 2. Today we go over OpTic Gaming versus Spacestation Gaming. So in this episode we go over a series between SSG and OpTic in elimination semifinals that took place for the Arlington Major Qualifiers on March 22nd through the 23rd. As always, LVT streamed this, so we're going to look into LVT, and we're also going to take a peek into Lucid's gameplay and Formal's gameplay. Now take a look at today's background. It's green and yellow for SSG and OpTic. Just a little thing I wanted to share. But let's go over the schedule. Today's series lineup, alright? Today we're going to be having Game 1 on Origin, Capture the Flag. Game 2 will be Aquarius Slayer. Game 3 will be Fortress Bomb. And Game 4 will be Recharge Oddball. There's a lot of Halo going around right now. I love Take the Series little mini episodes. I just like diving into these series and kind of seeing what's going on. I think the conversation or the topic of conversation today within this series is what's going on with SSG. Now, there's one thing that's really exciting is tomorrow, Saturday, March 29th, there will be the first ever LAN, and that's going to be Kaysen's Showdown. It's an invitational and only 4 teams are invited. That's FaZe, OpTic, Shopify Rebellion, and SSG. I'm going to be doing a watch party on my Twitch channel, and I'm really excited to kind of dive into that for our next episode. But today, let's focus on what's going on with SSG. Overall, I really can't wait to see how SSG plays on LAN in tomorrow's Invitational. So that's really, really exciting. Tune in for a video on that. Anyways, let's dive into this. Who takes the series today? Alright, so before we get started, here we are in the brackets. We have where we are, the elimination semifinals, OpTic versus SSG, and whoever wins this series will take on FaZe. Now, what happens? I will not give anything away if you didn't see the tournament, so let's get going. Alright, we are here on Origin Capture the Flag, and today we have Tools and Tony doing the casting. So we're going to look at LVT's perspective for a little bit, and then maybe switch over to Lucid. Lucid versus Formal action, yes. To me, I also want to see a little bit of Renegade versus Snakebite action as well. There's like some narratives going on in there, you know, old teammates on OpTic and SSG, like, you know, Formal versus Lucy and Renegade versus Snakebite. I really am excited to see how SSG performs on LAN tomorrow. It's gonna be a good stream. You're not gonna want to miss it. And if you do, don't worry, I'll make a video. So stay tuned and subscribe to the channel, because we're full on into HCS and Halo, alright? Alright, so here we are, we're getting started. And right now, SSG is on the top in terms of slays right now.
Already Stellar looking back towards that OpTic Gaming base.
Lucid with the sniper. This is his map. Lucid loves Origin, or, you know, Halo 5 Coliseum. SSG already has a flag? When did that happen? I blinked and it happened. God. Oh my god. The triple kill by Lucid. That's a great play by Lucid right there. Former MVP. Look at them, they're taking over their base, but they're gonna start spawning basemen.
They're 4 down, and this is the SSG that we've been wanting to see.
They just bullied them. They're straight up bullying.
This is the kind of SSG I want to see more of. Like, they already have 2. This is their map.
Into it, and they have 2 flags.
Like, this is the kind of games we go and dive into and see, like, what? SSG has so much potential. They just need to be more consistent with how they play. And once they get it together, my thing is, like, you watch a game like this and you're like, this team gels together, they play together, look at this, they're so fast, and like, this is the kind of gameplay we want to see from SSG. But I believe this is the only like match in the series where they kind of shine. And then you question, like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? So you can see the potential's there. For, you know, when I was watching this past weekend's tournament, I was wondering, does SSG really like gel together? Do they work together? We have so many like so many plays by SSG throughout the weekend where they were just like not aggressive enough. They're very hesitant, not confident. That's not good. Confidence is key, guys, to winning anything really in life. Write that down. Free motivation speech here. But this is the kind of gameplay I want to see more of from SSG. So there's so much we're gonna dive into after this LAN that's happening tomorrow. That's gonna be a really exciting video. We'll probably do a full breakdown and recap of the tournament since I'll be streaming it. But there's just so much to like observe. Really, what's gonna happen is we're gonna see a little bit more of that story tomorrow and on how SSG is actually really performing, because LAN tells it all, you know. And these online tournaments do tell a story, but you know, LAN is where it really, really matters. I mean, it all matters, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Lucid near. Oh my god, he's gonna get their flag. How is he gonna run it? Oh my gosh, he's gonna run it towards Snipe side. Really good play. Although they're already returning the flag. But hey, like that's okay though. Like even if you get a flag return after like taking the flag out of the base, you're kind of causing just like problems and just being annoying for your opponent, you know, causing them to constantly have to worry and just you want to just stress them out so that you can just destroy them. Eco played really well this weekend, especially on recharge.
He's been having a rough start
against
to the season.
I don't remember, but he did play well. I think it could have been against OpTic. I'm not. We'll find out. But he did play. He has some good plays this weekend. They're already pulling. This is a great flag run.
Just playing so well at the moment.
Like they're controlling the rocket side. OpTic has. Oh my god, the game's already over.
It's over. That is
it's already over.
For Spacestation Gaming and
wow. Let's take a look at that clip on Lucid's perspective with that triple in the beginning. All right, so here is Lucid's perspective. We already watched like LVT's perspective, but I think it's really interesting. This might be a long video, so just get a coffee and stay tuned, because I think having multiple perspectives just gives you so much more to like look at and analyze. So right now we can see the startup of where Lucid is going and Eco. It's interesting. I love this start out. Like I love going in the maze and kind of like baiting your opponent, because they're obviously going to go for sniper. Renegade over there went on snipe ramp and stuff. So it's as you can see, like getting the sniper was a massive like beginning strat of this map, and whoever gets it really does kind of control what's going to happen for going forward in the game, and that's just a perfect opening strat by SSG here on this map. And like look how fast that map run was. This is where we see the triple by Lucid. Nice. Oh man, perfect. Now anybody can, as of right now, if you're behind that flag, anybody could really spawn in that cave. So when you're taking this flag, you got to be a little careful. Once you pass that flag point, they're gonna start spawning elbows. So this map is just like I love this map. Like I love Origin. I think it's it's such a good Halo map. It looks like Halo, feels like Halo. It's a fast-paced map. It's good. But I love this. This is such a good flag run. Like Lucid was making sure that he had his teammates back by where he was sitting position. He was top mid on the map, and that's such a power position on this map. You can see almost everything. So he was just making sure that it was a clear runway to run that flag. Man, like they were just winning their fights, winning their pivs, and this is actually a really exciting game to see from SSG. It just makes me really excited. I am not biased just because I'm wearing an SSG jersey. If I could have a jersey of every single team, I really would. But I only have SSG, so gotta support them somehow. You know? Like this game, it almost feels like, you know, OpTic Gaming is the team that can do Forbidden capture the flag the fastest. They're known as the fastest running capture the flag team in Forbidden. Is SSG the fastest running flag team on Origin? I wonder. We need to figure that out. Who's the fastest flag cap team on this map? And right now SSG is looking really good. Already setting, this is the perfect setup to get rockets the way Lucid did it, because you have a lot of safety from going up that way than going up rocket ramp and stuff. Like, he just plays this map perfectly. Really. Just perfect gameplay. Like, Lucid knows this this map so well. So I can see why they play this so well against OpTic. And he's already, like, I hear the sniper, it's there, he's already gonna get that. I'm pretty sure sniper's available, right? Yeah, there it is. You know, I have to say, he tried getting a combat evolved right there, but I think combat evolved is currently broken. So if it wasn't broken, that would have been a really sick play by Lucid. So when you throw the plasma on, like, you know, a spawned weapon like rockets, sniper, you can get a combat evolved because the throw goes in the air and you can catch it. But guys, it's broken right now, so that's really unfortunate. I'm not sure why he didn't go after sniper in that situation, though. That actually genuinely confuses me. And I don't know, like, if he's unaware that the combat evolve doesn't work. I mean, at least this isn't like fact check me, guys, but I haven't gotten a combat evolved in a very long time, so I'm just assuming it's like something's not working with it. Try that out in a match and let me know in the comment down below if you've gotten a combat evolved in a while, because I certainly haven't. This kind of match, I just get so passionate when I see a match like this played so fast and dominant by a team. It's just exciting. You're just like, what? Perfect setups, perfect positioning, perfect timing. It's an exciting match, and they already got the flag cap, and that's Lucid's perspective for you. It's time to move on. Let's move on. We're very hopeful at this point for SSG into this series already. So just to give you a little perspective of how well SSG played Origin Capsule Flag against OpTic, is in that recording I did, it was 4 minutes and 50 seconds. So basically SSG beat OpTic in less than 5 minutes on that map, which is very impressive. So I'm excited. Right now we're really hopeful in the series for SSG, and we're like, hey, maybe they can actually take OpTic. Maybe we're gonna see that. I guess time will tell. Let's go into the next match. Alright, so here we are on Game 2, Aquarius Slayer. We're gonna look at Formal's perspective on this one, and yeah, let's dive into this match. Now, this is where we start asking ourselves, is SSG gonna actually beat OpTic? We have a little hope from that last match, right? But when it comes to OpTic, I really think they're, I don't know, and I guess it's just my personal opinion on this, but I really think they're a top tier Slayer team, and I think even though when their backs are against the wall and they're really down, I think they're the team that can just turn that whole around. Like, they can flip the switch when they need to in a Slayer game mode. So currently it's a neck and neck game. It's tied 5-5. It's interesting to see. Like, with Aquarius, you kind of want to control top mid and spread out but control the map instead of bunch up, but sometimes it just depends. Who's gonna win this fight? Nice trade by both of them. Really good play by both. Bound is here. Oh, right. Bound gets got by Stellar. That was a funny interaction. So right now, SSG has taken the lead for the first time in the series. I think. Oh my god, I stink. But, you know, it's 12-9. You're like, okay, SSG, we see you. We see you right now. We see what you doing. Alright, two of them in yellow utility. Camo's gonna come up in 4, so we have SSG and OpTic thinking how to get to this camo, how to stop our opponent from getting a camo. They're bound and Formal here tried to, you know, take him out, but unfortunately Bound went down and so did Lucid. It's just, oh, I cannot believe it! It feels like that camo was just too easy for Formal to get. What's going on? This is so This is so funny! That was so funny! Formal was like, no, now you can't get me, ba-ba-ba-boo. Like, that was such a funny moment between Formal and Lucid and Formal with camo. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I enjoyed that play by Formal against Lucid. That was funny. Oh man. It's 12-18. SSG still in the lead. I'm still a little shocked that SSG let Matt get camo so easily in the map. That was crazy. Alright. OpTic's kind of slowing down a bit. I love watching pros play Halo on Slayers because there's this moment where it's like there's such different paces to this kind of game. Like there'll be like there's like either fast paced, bam bam bam, oh my god, they're getting destroyed, and then like there's a moment where like the whole map like slows down and everything gets a little quiet and you're wondering what's gonna happen. I love those kind of moments. It just makes it so like thrilling. Stellar wins the fight. Like, this is incredible. 13-22. Like, SSG's doing really well here. You're like, they have a nice little lead, and you're just like, look at them. I'm proud. You know, I'm proud. Like, SSG has potential here. I think SSG at any point could beat. I think at any point the 4 power teams, you know, we have FaZe, Rebellion, OpTic, SSG. Those are our 4 power teams, the powerhouse. I think at any moment, any one of those teams could beat each other, but SSG for some reason have not been able to like really find that like clutch up moment where they gel really well together. We saw that in Origin Capture the Flag, but when it comes to games that matter the most to get them to the next series in the brackets, they just haven't been able to do that. And I really hope that this weekend we can kind of see them shine on LAN and kind of get a real idea of where they are, because I've been thinking, are they a team that gel together? Do they work together? Or are we gonna have to see some roster changes throughout the season? I don't know. Like, it's actually intriguing. So I'm gonna give it this LAN and the major in Arlington, and then from there I'm gonna kind of form some kind of like opinion, because it's too soon to kind of tell, you know? So this weekend will be a little bit of a story for us, and then, you know, in Arlington we'll have a little bit more information on where SSG really is, because I really don't want to like jump the gun and be like, I don't know if they work together, even though they're all really amazing players. Like, but they really, I don't know, like, we'll see. So right now they have a significant lead. This is a crazy lead. You're like, SSG, you're at the point where you can destroy OpTic right now. You can make this a series. Like, there's no way OpTic could change this and catch up, right? Right? There's no way. Like, they have full control of this map right now in this match. Like, this is such a significant lead for SSG. You just, you know, finish this game up. Get it done. Get her done. All right, 28-39. 40-29. There's no way OpTic can come back, right? No way. It's a 10-point difference. There's no way. But anything can happen. This is Halo. This is Halo. Anything can happen. 41-30, 31-41, still a 10-point difference. Now it's a 9-point difference. 8-point difference. But you still are thinking, SSG got this. They got this. They wouldn't flop this. Nah, not like OpTic. Nah, they got this. But do they? This is a kind of game where, let's say OpTic does like beat SSG, reverses this. This is a kind of game where you really have to like go into the VOD and be like, what happened? What did we do? We had such a good lead. What happened? But now we're starting to see that lead kind of slowly fade away. We're at 37-44. Like at this point, if OpTic plays like this perfectly, I think they can make a comeback. But at this point, when it's 38-46, there's no way you want to give this kind of lead away, right? There's no way. And then if you do, you've really got to question, what did you do wrong? Where did you go wrong? And that's the clutch up moments I'm talking about for SSG. You know, those kind of games you just can't throw away like that. Like those could be like world winning matches, you know? Like you're at Worlds and you're at a Slayer game and you want to win that trophy and you have such a big lead, but all of a sudden you blink and it's 44 against 47. That's bad, guys. It was in this game where I was just astonished at how big of a lead SSG had and how they just threw it away. Like this is a I need to see Lucid's perspective kind of thing. I don't know. This is the second time we kind of saw like SSG have a massive lead against OpTic. We did like a little bit of a watch party of Origin Slayer versus OpTic, of SSG versus OpTic, and the same story happened where SSG had this massive lead, but then OpTic just comes back and they get it. Whoops. You know? I'm just like so passionate here, just hitting stuff. But I don't know. I'm really, really impressed with OpTic kind of keeping their cool. Their backs up against the wall. There's a big gap difference in where they were, but they were able to stay cool, calm, and collected and get back up there against SSG. And ultimately, I believe OpTic wins the series. Spoiler alert, but they do, and it's really impressive. Like, oh my god, that was 49. That was game changing by Formal staying alive there and getting that kill. Like, we're at 49-49, neck and neck. Will SSG, who had this amazing game and amazing run, flop? They do, and it's like, wow. It just shows you that nothing is set in stone in a series in Halo Infinite. You just never know. Snakebite, I believe, spawn. Did he spawn in Yellow Fridge over there? Controlling spawns are just, you know, that's how you do it. Alright, SSG is together. They're like glue over there going in yellow base. Snakebite is in yellow refrigerator. So we're OpTic's on the blue side, SSG's on the yellow side. Formal knows what's happening because he saw them all rotate in yellow base. So OpTic is gonna try to like figure out like how to do this. You know, like they're a little bit more spread out than SSG, it seems, at least from this perspective. I'm not sure. Just taking a wild guess based off what I'm seeing on Formal's end, but there you have it. OpTic just take out SSG when you, like, incredible. Like, how? Let's see the ending of that match on LVT's perspective. All right, it's 49-49.
Up, but no one from OpTic was there to grab it. Eco is down low. They're now trapped on the B side.
We know that Lucid does get that camo, but it doesn't matter.
They're gonna start.
This is just this funny, like, stalemate kind of moment, and seeing kind of like where everybody's at. Like, look at this. Like, they're all rotating towards each other, sticking together. I love moments like this for the whole team. Okay, but like OpTic is like separated, where SSG's kind of like staying together. No, they're all also separating in duos. So they're all kind of like doing like the same kind of both teams have like the same idea. We're gonna separate as duos, but SSG is kind of coming back together as a clump. So what happened? Who got the game-winning kill? I never saw it on either perspective.
Got the damage in Legends positions known. Space Station, OpTic Gaming here.
Oh, it's Snakebite! Legend gets Snakebite! No! Oh man, that's such a vulnerable place to be on the map, like when you're on P2 and you got like plasmas there. Like it's kind of hard to escape that if you are on Refrigerator and you just throw a bunch of grenades in there or have like extra firepower from OpTic. I wonder if that's what happened. Gosh, that stinks. That was such a good game by SSG. They did really well. They did. And then, but honestly, OpTic did better and they got the clutch. Clutch moments are what's really important here. And that's what I'm wondering, if SSG just doesn't have that clutch moment, like togetherness yet. So I'm hoping we see that this weekend. Anyways, next match, let's check it out. I still can't get over that comeback by OpTic. That was so incredible. All right, now we're moving on to Fortress Bomb. Let's get into that. All right, now we're here on Fortress Bomb. We're gonna stick with LVT this time around and hang out with Tools and Tony doing the casting. I believe Snakebite here gets the OS. Now, keep in mind SSG is really good at Fortress Bomb, but also something to think about is they just got destroyed. Not just destroyed, but like when you have a 14 lead on a Slayer game over your opponent, you think you have a home free run, like you're doing really well. So you have to understand like what's going on mentally. Did this break SSG in this series? Like what's going on in SSG's mind after that, after like really flopping that kind of lead in a game? So I wonder if that just like just made their mental like start questioning like, dang, what happened? And a lot of this is mental game for the players. It's all, there's so many things and components to think about when it comes to playing Halo and being a pro player and what you're dealing with, whether it's, you know, being on the main stage and hearing the crowd and just dealing with all that. Like there's just so many components to this and it's so fascinating. Like, it's possible that OpTic really got in their head from that last match. I'm just making up stuff though. But you never know, because SSG plays Fortress Bomb really well, and right now, like, what's going on here with the stats and Stellar's got nothing on the board, but we're still kind of in, like, this is still kind of new into the match, so let's give him some time to see what he can do at this point. It's really interesting because a lot of times it's like, I've noticed it's like, it's either like Stellar and Lucid have a lot of slays or Eco and Snakebite do. It's never like one or the other a lot of times. Sometimes it's like, sometimes it's also like Eco and Stellar doing really well together. It's just very interesting. It's crazy because like I was looking at the 2018 Worlds for Halo 5 and I was just thinking to myself, because you know you had Stellar and Eco have been like one of the longest, if not the longest duos running Halo together. Like it's so fast, it's crazy. Like they're the duo. I don't know if you can take them apart. They've been just playing together for so long. This is the first time that OpTic tried planting the bomb. I think they're gonna plant it. They finished it. Now it's 1-0. That's so true. Timing is everything in Halo, but on this map, it's really rough. They made a few changes on Fortress Bomb to make it like a little better. He was the only real player up on the map, but he grabs that ball and it's still kind of like he had a window to get that arm down. It's still kind of a finicky map. I'm still not in love with this map. Are you guys? Comment down below if you have a change of heart or you like Fortress. I really don't like Fortress. And I know that Assault has been around, like, you know, Halo 2, and it's a very like OG mode, but I'm still not in love with this mode in Infinite, to be honest. Maybe it's just the map pool we have, and we have a poor map pool, and it just doesn't play well on the maps. But only having a mode available for 2 maps, like for example, you only play this mode on Aquarius or Fortress, and that's kind of lame. But whatever. I think they intended to have Midship, aka Inquisitor, to be a bomb map. I could be wrong with that, but it just had poor frame rate on the Xbox, so they took it out. There's a lot of maps that have that issue.
They have not let Space Station get onto their side, and they're keeping this bomb forward, just applying that pressure.
Gosh, Stellar just is struggling this series,
They just relied on the team shot. The
or this match.
does it again, one-on-one. Almost able to get the damage down. Eco just gets away.
Matt's doing really well.
The push not done yet, though. OpTic Gaming still have control.
OpTic is just such a hard team to beat. They're so hard to beat. And then you have Shopify.
Luckily Bound does come in with the cleanup, and Renegade clearing out that tower side, and now behind enemy lines, another double kill.
Really nice though. Now we're gonna see how they clean up and take over the base. Who's over there on the wing is Matt over there. He's on the wing, and he has that overview, and he's helping his teammates get slays, and you know, taking over this base and getting those slays allowed them to get that that bomb planted in SSG's base. Really interesting positioning. Really well done by OpTic.
Is making a massive difference for this team.
And it feels even more devastating because the series is tied up in one apiece. What feels like it should be 2-0 in SSG's favor, this win could give OpTic the lead.
Yeah, we really did think that SSG was gonna walk away winning that Aquarius Slayer match, but they just didn't. And you know what? OpTic earned it. They beat them, and they played really well. But it's still a little shocking. A 14 lead down the drain.
He's in the middle of the map. I don't think he
That's definitely gonna have, like, that's definitely like, do you have the mentality to like shake that match off and just let it go and move on? But it doesn't look like SSG is doing that well. Not horrible, but you know, they're not getting anything done in this match. Like, Lucid is 9-12. I wonder if this is like the turning point for him in the series, because he was doing like really well. I think going into Recharge though, the game after this, that's kind of where we see Lucid kind of like plummet. And I believe it was that series where he just did terrible, and one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. And it makes sense, because this is kind of that turning point. I think that match on Aquarius could have been the turning point for Lucid in this series, where he just like checked out, you know? Sometimes it happens, and that could have been the series that did it for him. You know? Jeez, Renegade 20-7. But you know, stats are like telling, and they do give us like information, but they aren't everything. But it's just so interesting to look at Renegade's 20-8. It's such a good KDA. And then you look at Legend, he's just 9-13. You know, he has 7 assists. Not bad, but his teammates are doing really, really well. And it just goes to show you that sometimes you're going to have an evenly distributed layout of stats where everyone's doing a little bit of everything, but sometimes when you have a teammate that's just an out-slayer player like Renegade is right now, it's sometimes hard for everyone to just rack up stats. So you have to keep that in mind. Like, Renegade's doing a lot of work and damage, so just because Renegade is, or I'm sorry, Legend is a little lower on the stat board doesn't mean that, like, just keep in mind that Renegade's doing so much. Like, there's only so much you can do when your teammate's just going all ham, you know? Alright, Snakebite finally gets OS, but wasn't somebody behind him? What happened? I guess his teammates took him out, helped him out. Is this the chance for SSG to get their first bomb planted? But he's not really able to do anything because, you know, it's so hard to take over this base. And it's true what Tools just said. Like, timing is everything on this mode, especially. So when on this map in particular, when you get the bomb into their base, the timing of like the longer you wait to try to plant the bomb, and obviously like you have to slay before you play the objective, or if you don't have like the firepower of your teammates helping you, like you're losing time. And that's what happened with Snakebite there. He lost a lot of time. Like,
you have to be quick and decisive with your kills because they are going to spawn much closer to the action than your teammates.
The spawns on this map are just Aquarius is definitely a better bomb map just because you have a little bit of time, even if like your opponents are spawning in fridge or utility, you still have like a little bit of like protection where you can get that bomb planted. But on Fortress it's like way harder. There's just like a lot of vulnerabilities on this map when you're in your opponent's base. Bomb is a tough map. This map is just tough. It's tough. You have to slay and take over that base very, very well, fast and efficiently to take over and not be hesitant to get those bombs planted on this map in particular. God.
Unorthodox position, but
really
perfect shot so far. He gets 3 kills, a couple in his favor, some as the assist, but they are his kills nonetheless.
Is this enough to get a bomb planted? Is SSG pushing together? We got
pressuring OpTic Gaming's base.
Stellar went down, Snakebite's in trouble.
And this could be the opening that ultimately Spacestation Gaming have been looking for. Another kill, Snakebite threads the needle, finds.
Oh my god, if Formal out, like just say if he stayed alive, I would have jumped out of my seat and flipped out. But luckily, Snakebite clutched up and said, "Not today. Not today, Jay. You ain't getting out of your chair today." You know? I ain't gonna let him do that to me. Really nice play by Legend. Actually, really nice play. Because when you drop the ball, it takes a few seconds for it to reset. And guess what seconds are? We're ticking down in time where we have OpTic Gaming, they're in the lead. You throw the ball off the map, you get a few seconds on your hands because you're in the lead. So that's actually a brilliant play by Legend. Or them throwing that bomb off the map, really intelligent play. And also it gets the heck out of your map, your side of the map. Like, forget you, SSG, you ain't planting the bomb here. It throws off the map.
And every single kill that ultimately goes the way of OpTic puts SSG further and further behind the
man. We are less than a minute. This is honestly, I don't want to say it's a hopeless case at this point, but when it comes to objective game modes, like, timing. Sometimes you just run out of time, you know, and this is one of those moments where OpTic's like, let's just slay. Let's just slay. Let's just put a lot of pressure. Let's bring the bomb into their base. Let's try to get that planted. But also, let's just slay.
It's just not enough, and that's gonna
now they're just playing time. They're just playing time. They don't even need to plant this bomb. They're just playing time.
For Frosty, it's just, I mean, for a Formal, it's just too easy at the moment.
Yeah, this is like OpTic is like playing with their food in this series, like in the final moments of this match. They're just playing with their food at this point. And like, look at this. This is ridiculous. This is actually hilarious. Oh my god. All right, let's move on to the next and final. I mean, the next match, not the final one. We don't know, and who takes the series. Keep in mind, SSG has been playing really well. They dominated the first series on Origin Capture the Flag. They almost got the clutch on Aquarius, but OpTic just managed to climb back up, and it's OpTic. They did so well at getting back into that comeback, one of the best comebacks of all time in Halo Infinite, but keep in mind they didn't play terrible. Now, up until this point, Fortress Bomb was probably one of the more what happened, they didn't play as well kind of games, but moving into Recharge Oddball, we're going to look at Lucid's perspective. Now, just to give some spoilers away, OpTic ended up winning this next match, but I want to show you Lucid's perspective because he did not have a good game. and I kind of want to see what happened over there. So let's dive into this final match and who takes the series today. All right, we are on the final stretch of this video. This game is a marathon. It's a very long game, around 20 minutes of oddball. I'm gonna have Lucid's perspective somewhere maybe up here, and you're gonna see Lucid right up here in his gameplay. I watched the entire series of his perspective, and I kind of want you to see it here as well. It's one of the worst games I've ever seen performed by Lucid, and he seemed very, very hesitant. He didn't seem himself. It was very odd. He just didn't play like Lucid, you know, and just take some notes on that and his gameplay, and hopefully, like, I think he just got checked or something, but he seemed to be in weird positions on the map, and then he just couldn't win his pivs, and it just was a downfall from there. I mean, half of the game at the beginning he was one, and he only got one kill for many minutes. It was really bad. So we're gonna have his perspective, and then we're gonna have a look at all the stats up here, and just pay attention to these stats. Like, I think Eco kind of like carries a little bit of that weight that Stellar couldn't, or Lucid couldn't, and yeah, this was a marathon of a game. It just was really strange gameplay by SSG, and you just see like Eco, God, I keep saying Eco and Stellar are kind of just like,
and yet they got 0.
I think they carry the game, and
not only do they start,
it was just interesting.
They're well set up to keep this
So here we are, like, OpTic is in the lead. They kind of keep this lead in this round for a while, and
Spacestation Gaming, and with those slays going in their direction, should be able to grab a hold.
It's kind of like shocking how bad, like, Lucid just could not get kills and slays. It really hurt their it really hurt this round for SSG. You know, everybody needs to kind of do their part, but OpTic was just out slaying and taking down, like, SSG in particular, Lucid. Like, it was rough. It was a rough game. Alright, here we still have OpTic with 28 points there, and SSG doesn't have anything. This round is just, it was tough. Lucid has the ball, dies, 1 in 6 now. Really struggling just getting that ball anywhere and getting map control. I mean, look at this point. Eco is like 11 and 2. He really was shining in this match. It kind of makes you wonder, in this kind of game mode, or this match in particular, like, what kind of went wrong with SSG and what went right for OpTic? There's just so many narratives to kind of like go over. You're almost wondering, like, Eco, the main Slayer right now? That's different. You know, Eco is not really talked about as often as he should be, I guess. I don't know why, like, you don't really get a lot of Eco talk, which is kind of makes him underrated, maybe makes you wonder what's he doing. I really wish Eco streamed a bit so you can kind of see his perspective overall, and, you know, thank God for Halo Data Hive, you can see, like, stats and everything, but it's actually kind of shocking to look at this, the stats and see that, oh my god, Eco 13-5, oh my god, Lucid's 1-9, what's going on? And Renegade over here is, I mean, he just got a nice shock kill, and he's 12-5, and he's having a great game. But they are just outslaying SSG a bit. You know? Like, it's kind of crazy, but like, Lucid going 1-9 here makes a big difference in like overall damage of the team. It's if you're not like contributing, they're basically doing a 3v4 because he just was just struggling. And then because he was struggling, if you watch his perspective, he just became so hesitant, it seemed, and just started not playing like himself. Like now he's 1 in 10. It was very wild to see. Like you're not used to seeing that from Lucid, so it makes you wonder, like, is this the team for him? Are they gelling together well? Is Eco being the main slayer kind of like changing how Lucid plays, or he just was doing really bad and couldn't get kills? Or, you know, it's also online. Is OpTic in Texas, like you know, Lucid's in Florida, so he had around like a 50 ping. Like it is online, so maybe he couldn't get his wins because of that. I don't know. There's just so many things to think about, but there was some questionable positioning on Lucid's end. And then with hesitation, you know, he finally is at 2. He finally got his second kill after 5 or plus minutes, or however many minutes. Whatever. 2 and 11, really bad, but poor Lucy. But here we are. We have Stellar and Eco, the dynamic duo, kind of like carrying the team and doing the damage and picking up the damage that like Lucid and Snakebite just was unable to really do. But again, stats aren't everything. It's just giving us a little bit of a storytelling here. This is just a dominant round 1 by OpTic Gaming. It's just dominant. My God. I mean, there's no time. This match goes to OpTic pretty much. They don't even need to do anything. They just need to outslay them and be annoying, because it's over. It's over for SSG. You know, round 1 goes to OpTic. All right, let's see what happens in round number 2. Again, because this is like a 20-minute game, you can kind of foresee that we're gonna go to a round 3. That's oddball for you. It's just a freaking marathon. So let's see what changes here for SSG to get that round number 2 over OpTic. All right, Stellar gets camo. Really nice, really nice. He ends up dying though, but still, you know, burning that camo, not letting your team enemy have it. That's huge. So that's huge. So they got the first camo. Like, look at Eco, 17 and 11, doing really well. Poor Lucy, 4 and 15 at this point. Snakebite, 7 and 11, but with 8 assists. So interesting. Now Bound's trying to get that shock rifle, not letting SSG have it. Big game play here. OpTic with more points on the board. So what flips that switch for SSG to get that lead over OpTic? I'm waiting to kind of see when that starts happening in this match, or this round. Oh my gosh, I can't find my words. Nice outplay, outplaying.
Started just not to miss. That's a big 3-kill sweep.
Man.
For his team's favor. Lucy is going to be able to get this ball and shock rifle.
These stats are... Lucy has the ball here. Dies. Shock rifle's there too. Couldn't get any time on the board.
When we're trying to level the playing field just a bit, cross-map shots are gonna weaken up the enemy squad enough for Legend to almost.
It's interesting because like Snakebite is a pretty objective-oriented player, but Lucid ends up playing a lot of the oddball in this match, and I mean, it's just not his game. So if that's the case, you know, if it's not your game, give that person the ball, or you know what I mean. Like, that's how it happens. Sometimes you have a teammate who can't get those slays, so you know you just gotta pivot and have them be like that oddball carrier.
Every player, no matter where they are on the map, are playing at 100% speed to help capitalize on.
That's the thing. Speed is the thing. Like if you, that's what's the thing about this team. Like that OpTic Gaming is, they're just such a speed demons. They're speed demons. They play fast. They play aggressive. And then you have SSG, who I think are too hesitant they have paralysis by analysis, and they're just not confident in their gameplay, it seems, or maybe they're just too methodical in what they're doing. Maybe they're just thinking too much. It's crazy to say this, but maybe SSG needs to think less and just do more to play quicker and faster, and maybe that's what they need to do to actually overcome beating a team like OpTic Gaming or even Shopify Rebellion, because OpTic and Shopify are very similarly aggressive. I just don't think the way SSG is playing right now and how they are playing so slow is gonna help them beat these teams that are so fast and aggressive. Like, you can't have paralysis by analysis. You can't be hesitant with a team that's just so like bam, 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 you know. And I think that's SSG's biggest thorn right now, is just kind of being too meticulous, maybe. And when you have a bunch of similar players who are very meticulous, you know, I think when I think of Snakebite, I think of somebody who's very, very methodical and meticulous and patient, and Lucid's very methodical, like very similar in that way. And then there's Eco, who's like the brains, and when I think of Stellar, I think of just like a really good Slayer player, and can be that slow and then fast-paced player. Lucid too, but like it's just like something's not working right now with SSG in beating these like powerhouse, like SSG's the powerhouse, but like beating these like really fast-paced game teams. I really think they need to make a few adjustments and changes if they want to do that. But we saw a little peek of like them being able to do that on Origin Capture the Flag, and I think if they played more like that, with that speed and aggression, they could take on OpTic anytime. It's just like they have to show up and be more consistent on games that matter if they want to win and take home some trophies this season, you know?
Stats are impressive right now. You got to think, hey, round 1, round 2, these are completely separate
it's just good because
a very strong performance from these two players. If you only look at this round that's been played, this is a completely different Space Station we've seen.
This is a completely different SSG this round than the first round, which is good. Which is good. Like, they're able to, you know, what makes players like pros in Halo so good is they're able to like start changing gameplay in an instant when they need to. Like, you know, flip the switch, change what they're doing, and be very, very adaptable in very high stress environments. So like, you know, round 1, whatever they were doing wasn't working. Round 2, let's flip this, let's change this, let's do something different, let's approach this differently, let's adapt differently, and get this round one. And SSG was able to do that this round, and that's great. But that's what makes it so fascinating, like how players in this level of playing can really change like the way they're playing at such a like flip of a switch, and it's really impressive. Like, to be able to analytically be like, all right, we need to do, like, they're playing like this, we need to do this, this, and this, because this isn't working right now, you know? Love it. Alright, Bound gets the camo here.
These spawns, if OpTic can identify them quickly, they could potentially
shock rifles up. I don't know, let's see who gets that. Bound's being very patient, and then he's like, I'm over it. Nice. Snakebite has the ball over there in elevator going up top A. That's great. It's kind of interesting here, but like, Snakebite has overall objective played, which is really, really interesting.
That might just be enough to secure this. It's one last push for OpTic Gaming.
Like I said before, he's a very objective-oriented player. But if you have somebody like really struggling slaying, it's tough to like get the clutch at the end. But SSG does get this. Nice job by them this round. They flip that switch, and they push back, and now there's some hope. And can they do that this round 3 against OpTic? Can they? It was really good and really well played by SSG, but it still kind of felt a little scrappy.
I was gonna say it's SSG's favor, but
I just think this is one of the more poor games, like overall, by the team as a whole. But for doing scrappy work and still winning a round, that's impressive. So there's hope. There's always hope. I still think SSG has the potential to, like, you know, flip that hesitation, not have that paralysis by analysis, not be questioning what they're doing so much, and just kind of just act and have more action and aggression. I think that they have that potential since we've already seen it. I really hope they do that on LAN and kind of prove to everybody that no, we're SSG, like, we're more than capable. We're not just brains, we're power too, and we can do this. Like, I really think that's possible for SSG. So as I kind of mentioned before in the video, like, after this LAN tomorrow, the Kaysen's LAN, that FaZe Kaysen's LAN, and then the Arlington Major, we're gonna, like, really dive into SSG's performance and see, like, do they gel, or are they all just, like, not cohesively working well together throughout the season? We'll see.
And that's it, a squad wipe. But wait, what? The ball gets played.
Ball's reset. Space Station, they're gonna have at least a
Who reset that ball? That was interesting.
Has the shock rifle, and this isn't gonna
I think I hear Tony's dog in the background playing with a squeaky toy. It's so funny.
Ball time here for OpTic Gaming, who still have the lead right now, 34-7 at the moment here. Stellar somehow gets
Nice sticky by Stellar. I mean, holy moly, Stellar looking Stellar with 37 kills on the board. Incredible.
Manages Diffie, and because of that, SSG still in it right now.
I mean, Eco has some pretty good stats here. 30 kills, 16 assists. Really good. Holy moly, but look over here. Look at the assist. Look at the amount of damage that OpTic is doing over here. Like, we have two people in the 20 assist range. Like, that is incredible damage and team effort damage at that. Like, holy moly, OpTic. That's impressive.
They can take on any challenge. He's able to get that kill and slow Space Station down. Now staggered on the map. No map possession.
This was such a fun. Overall, I've really enjoyed watching this series. Like, SSG has some things they need to work on, I think, but once they kind of, like, figure those things out, I think they can do that. I think they can beat OpTic. And shot. I don't know. I really need to see some more Shopify versus SSG. Now, what happened yesterday was the first ever scrim of OpTic versus Shopify, and that's something we've all been wanting to see. So we're definitely gonna have a future video of that scrim. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for more Who Takes the Series. But the next video we're gonna do is a breakdown of this LAN that's happening tomorrow. I can't wait to watch it.
Notice how Stellar and Spacestation Gaming are trying to push forward, but right now Stellar's surrounded. There's nowhere to go.
Lucid gets the camo.
Uses that chaos as a bit of a distraction for him to get
Distracts.
the camo. This is much needed for Spacestation Gaming.
This is really random, but what's your favorite pizza? Comment down below. I'm so random. I was just thinking about pizza. You know? Pineapple and ham belongs on pizza, guys. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I didn't mean to start a riot. Don't exit the YouTube video, guys. Come on. It's good.
Slay's battle, at least for now, you still have two members of OpTic that are building a home here on the gold side. Stellar makes a play onto 4 more. This is going to be huge. Now SSG controlling the strong side of the map.
They're getting little
This is a good series right now. This is a good round. Like,
back into this game, but
SSG is getting back into this game. They have more than enough time to do that, but it is getting a little narrowed down here. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is like, this is where you're watching and you're just like, yes, yes. Let's go to a game. Let's go to a game 5. Like, let's do that. And will that happen? There's hope. You know, after a rough beginning from SSG, they kind of played this pretty well the second half, but not good enough. Because now Legend has the ball and time is ticking, and
OpTic Gaming will be your series winner.
I think this could have been that final nail that kind of helped OpTic win this round. Because, like, they're just out. Like, what, Lucid, you're going in the middle of the map, and this is OpTic Gaming, you're gonna die. There you died. But, okay. Can they do this? So OpTic plays the ball. SSG survive. Like Tony says. Renegade his camo. Oh, this is it. This is it. This is a massive play that's gonna happen. I can feel it in my bones. But Stellar sees the camo. Incredible camo eyes. Really good. I mean, at this point, like, time is on OpTic's side. Gets the points. This is it. This is OpTic's game. And then above you see Lucid the last few seconds of that series just like slapping the walls because he's just so frustrated that they lost that. And it was a little bit of a rough start for him, so incredible series. And in this episode, OpTic takes the series. And there you have it. That was Take the Series, Episode 2, OpTic versus SSG. OpTic took the series from SSG. But we saw on Origin Capture the Flag, SSG did an incredible... They played incredible. They played a very fast-paced, under 5 minutes, beating OpTic, but they just couldn't clutch up after that. They missed out on their Aquarius Slayer game with a 14-point lead, and just OpTic came up and said no. And then we went to Fortress Bomb, and I think that's when the mood shifted for SSG because they just couldn't come back from that. On Recharge Oddball, I think SSG played pretty well against OpTic, even though OpTic had a really good, dominant first round. Lucid had a pretty rough start, but you know, for all of that with all of that being said, SSG played pretty well, and it was a very close game. They could have completely gotten that third round, but OpTic just they played the time well, they did the positioning better, and they got the clutch, they got the W, and they took the series. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Enough of me just ranting and watching Halo. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time in the next episode of Take the Series. Anyways, Jay out. Bye!